Previously on Squad Sprint.
It's a beautiful evening here in Sakir, and unsurprisingly, the forecast for today's mayhem is dry with a chance of tears. To the inside line, two battles side by side. Here we go through turn 4. Will SALIH come out on top? The Alfa Romeo with the inside line through this right-hander. We go on board with James now in his quest to take the lead of this race with the benefit of DRS with that slipstream on the rundown towards turn 1 inside line as well. But it is going to be James who comes across the line to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. A bit of a celebratory weave across the finish line.
Hello everyone, and welcome along to round number 17 of the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint. We've arrived at the United States Grand Prix, the home of the Circuit of the Americas, a modern racetrack with a classic twist. So many of the corners on this magnificent circuit take inspiration from legendary racetracks all around the world. Take this sequence for example, turn 3 all the way through to turn 6, reminding you of the left-right, the Maggots and Beckett sequence at Silverstone. There are 6 rounds to go in the Veloce Esports Squad Sprint. Just 12 points cover the top 2 in the standings. Can Formula Danny or SALIH steal a march here today? Let's take a look at the starting grid for today's race. John Isaac Harris starts on pole with Niren alongside on the front row. It's P3 for Arava. Joe Eterno Welch lines up alongside him once again in 4th. Alexander Donadin, he was impressive last time out in 2nd. He starts 5th with Storm in 6th. Veloce Surprise, he continues to climb up the standings. He's in 7th with Tom in 8th. Photon starts from 9th with Alonso starting in 10th. 11th on the grid, the E-Rock champion Veloce James. SALIH starts 12th. And at the very back, the championship leader Formula Danny from 13th. Remember folks, you can vote for the driver of the day by telling us in the comments section below. Here we are then, riding on board with Arava for round number 17 of the championship. The 5 red lights coming on, and we are racing here in the United States. Climbing up the hill towards turn 1, it's a really wide entry. We could see some big moves into the braking zone. John holds his lead as we go back on board with Veloce James at the back of the pack. The championship contenders all coming close together. Tom sliding, and did he go for a spin there, Tom? Looking at the mini-map, it certainly looks like it. So Tom dropping down to the tail of the field as we go on board with Veloce James making his way through the SE section. He's currently P10, making some ground there. And Arava, he's gone backwards already from 3rd on the grid down to P10 as James and Surprise go side by side, and Surprise frightens James off the road. Onto the grass he goes. Arava dances through, a little bit of lag, and SALIH follows through as well. So the man second in the championship moves ahead of James, and now battling side by side with Arava on the opening lap of this race as they head down towards the braking zone of turn 12. This is the best overtaking opportunity on the racetrack. Exiting 11 and down towards turn 12, and there's a battle for the lead. It's Isaac going side by side with Eterno Veloce, and John Isaac Harris holds the ground at the moment. Eterno Veloce on the outside. Can he sweep right round the outside and take the lead? It looks like he can. Brilliant stuff there from Eterno Veloce. But John Isaac Harris, the dirt rally specialist, finds a way back through and retakes the lead of the race. Here as they sweep through turns 17 and 18. Awesome racing at the start of the squad sprint. That's what we love to see. On board now with Veloce Donadin, who of course finished 2nd last time out in Bahrain, and he's starting this race well as Isaac crosses the line in the lead with Donadin 2nd. Eterno 2nd and Donadin 3rd. As we go on board with Tom at the start, let's see what's setting him spinning. So he's on the outside, which is never good here in Texas, and he just lights up the rear, I think, and goes off the track and takes the poor old Photon with him. On board now with Formula Danny, who made a great start. He actually 4th at the end of that opening lap. Let's see how he went through the SE section, taking it easy. And he just, oh wow, incredible how he managed to find a gap there. Up the inside he went, 2 cars in 1 corner, and up he goes. Veloce James now, quite a lot of lag going on there. Oh, and SALIH and Arava coming together, and Arava flies off the racetrack there. I'm not too sure if that was down to lag. A few other spinners as well. As we go on board with Formula Danny, back to the live action, and as we start the 2nd lap, it's a wide entry into this corner. You can dive up the inside, and Donadin with a huge lunge. Danny tried the same lunge, and now the 2 of them make contact. Eterno Veloce and Donadin off the road, and it's like the parting of the seas for Danny. He takes the place. Now Donadin and Eterno Veloce come together. Eterno Veloce shoots off the road. Even more carnage. as SALIH and Donny then come together. James is in there as well. Chaos. Now we've got a front row seat with Tom as they go up the hill. Tom touches his teammate. Oh, the Tifosi won't like that. Round goes Donny again. Goodness me, this is breathless stuff. Eternal Veloce now retires from the race in amongst all the drama as SALIH now dives up the inside of Tom and takes P6 away. This is incredible. What a start to the race. Drama everywhere you look. Classic squad sprint action. Tom now coming straight back at one of the stars of the F1 Esports series. Remember SALIH winning in Germany in the series last year. Tom, the content creator, rubbing wheels with him. SALIH forced wide, but he holds on to that P6. As we go back on board with Veloce James, who's watching on as Storm and Surprise go dueling into the hairpin. Look at the switchback from Surprise. Is he going to go right round the outside through turns 17 and 18? It's like Verstappen a few years ago battling with Kimi Räikkönen. On the inside now is Surprise and Storm forced wide. Goodness me, these two whipping up a storm in the battle for third and fourth. Surprise on the inside through the final corner and across the line they go. Veloce James picking up the double toe from the pair, but Storm is still holding on. Surely Surprise with the inside line will make the move. James goes even later on the brakes. Incredibly, there's no major contact. He gets ahead of Surprise. Can he go right round the outside of Storm on the exit? Nearly. Close your eyes, folks. Through the S's they go, and that was always going to happen. Huge contact. James cuts across the corner, illegally overtakes, lets Storm go. Goodness me. Surprise gets in the act, goes back ahead, and incredibly, James drops back behind them both in all the action. Unbelievable stuff. Back on board with Tom 97 HD, who is further down the field is Formula Danny, who is the championship leader by 12 points, looking to stretch his advantage at the top of the standings, and he's going to start by passing Veloce Isa and taking the lead away here in Texas as we go back on board with Veloce James now, side by side with Storm. He's through, a little bit of lag between him and Surprise. Can he go round the long way? Surely not. Off the road he goes, but is he ahead of Storm? Yes he is, but he still remains behind Veloce Surprise. This has been one of the most breathless races of the squad sprint so far. This is awesome stuff. SALIH then in 5th place as we go back to Tom in 8th place. Huge kick of oversteer for him there. Again, lots of action going on in front of that as Photon watches on. One of the cars going a bit wide there. I'm not too sure who that is. I think it's Storm. Yes, it is Storm. Photon on the inside of Storm going into the final corner. Takes the place away. Moves up into P6. It's not been a good lap or so for Veloce Storm, has it? Dropping down to P7 now. As Tom in P8 watches on. Is Storm going to dive back up the inside of Photon into turn 1? He sure is. And through he goes, clean as you like, from Veloce Storm, the Frenchman. Moves up into P6, down to P7, goes Photon. AARAVA now, oh dear, that's a big moment. Just about holds it all together. And by holding on to that, he holds on to his final World Championship point in P10. But at the moment, Formula Danny, with 4 laps out of 5 completed, looks like the man that's going to stretch his squad sprint championship lead as Tom now kicks up a huge bit of oversteer as he runs down towards turn 11, the hairpin. Again, another wide entry like there is in so many of the corners on this racetrack. Provides us with great side-by-side action, as you guys have seen so far in the opening 4 laps. Well, some side-by-side action, some not so side-by-side, some chaos as always in the squad sprint. But here is Veloce James in P4 at the moment, up behind Veloce Surprise, who is, I suppose, the form man at the moment in the squad sprint. Did win 3 successive races in a row. Hasn't quite matched that incredibly high standard in recent races, but still been there or thereabouts near the front. As we go on board with Niren, as he is down in P9 at the moment, with AARAVA behind him in 10th. Niren running a little bit wide, but AARAVA sliding as well. Means that it's impossible for him to get a run on Niren, and Niren holds on to P9 for now. AARAVA in 10th as Formula Danny sets the fastest lap of the race and strengthens his grip on top spot. Surely it's going to be another 25 points in the bag for the Hungarian. Round the final corner they go. AARAVA in 10th. Is he going to go and attack the FIFA King at the official FNG? Here we go. AARAVA on the inside of Niren into the braking zone. Is he going to get it stopped? Locks up the left front, but gets it stopped on the apex. Beautiful move there from AARAVA, and he's up a place into P9. As we go back to Tom 97 HD. Quite a gap back to AARAVA in 9th place, by the way. A full 7.4 seconds, as you can see on the left hand side of your screen. But can Tom pass his namesake? Tom Lartolo just in front. Veloce Storm doesn't look like it at the moment as we flash back to Veloce James, who won last time out in Bahrain, was looking to bring himself back into the championship hunt. With Danny winning here, it looks like he's going to drop back out of contention as a surprise passes John, who is by far and away having his best race of the squad sprint season so far. No doubt about it. John having a superb time. As we go back to Tom 97 HD in P8, well ahead of Arava, won't have to worry about anyone behind. It's about the battle in front with Veloce Storm. I think it's too little too late though as they sweep their way into the final sector through that high speed turn 17 and 18, but we're going back to the race leader, and Veloce Formula Danny strengthens his grip at the top of the championship. He wins here at the Circuit of the Americas, a breathless race, and Veloce James has spun! He spun it, and that makes it even worse. His hopes in the championship. He drops down to 8th place, gets only 4 points, and this is why at the end of the race, P4 into the penultimate turn, takes lots of curb, and it was that lag between him and Isa, perhaps it was. Round he goes and into the wall. But there is the final race results of an awesome race here at the Circuit of the Americas. Formula Danny strengthening his grip at the top of the standings with the victory. Veloce Surprise again keeping that great form since joining the series. Where could he have been if he joined right at the very start? John Isa Harris, 3rd place. Finally a strong result for him. He'll be delighted with that. Sally Siltunk comes home in 4th. Photon is 5th in the Battle of the Toms. It was Storm ahead of Tom. 6th and 7th. Veloce James was 8th. Arava coming home in 9th, getting 2 World Championship points with that last lap overtake on Niren, who came home in P10. What a race that was. Let's have a look and see what it has done to the World Championship standings. There they are. Formula Danny on top spot. 249 points he has now. A huge lead over Sally Siltunk. It's not over, no doubt about it, but they're going to have to do something to stop the Hungarian soon. Veloce James is 3rd with 187 points, perhaps a little bit too far back now. And Veloce Alonso, he's in 4th place with 182 points. Photon is 5th with Surprise now up into 6th place. Incredible stuff. Ben, who was absent from this one, is 7th with Tom ahead of Storm, 8th and 9th. Primero was 10th. Alexander Donyaden is 11th. Joe Turner-Wilkes, he sits 12 in the standings with John Isa Harris in 13th, jumping up with that great result. Jack Brimble McConnell, he's 14th. Arava is 15th with 28 points. And now, right down at the very bottom, it's Niren in P16.
Next time, round 18, Belgium.